about the names of the indicators, that is the litmus paper, which can be either blue or red, methyl orange, phenolphthalein, and methyl red. Here we are going to first see the color of the indicator. In the first column, we are only talking about the color of the indicator. Then we'll talk about color change in acid, then color change in base. Alkali is also called as base. If there is a blue litmus paper, it turns red in acid, blue in base. Red litmus paper remains red in acid, blue in base. Methyl orange, the color itself is orange, but its color changes pink in acid and yellow in base. Phenolphthalein is colorless in acid, pink in base, and methyl red is red in acid and yellow in base. I want everyone to quickly, just not using scale or pencil, quickly make this table in your notebook, because we're going to shortly use it again when we'll be studying ahead. So please quickly make this table in your notebook. Most important is when I'm telling you to write, the reason is you're learning and writing. So the color change gets registered in your mind. While you're writing, please repeat with me. Please repeat with me. Come on, everyone, repeat. Are you all repeating? Let everybody know we are sitting for the chemistry lecture and we all are studying the answers in the class itself. Blue litmus paper turns red in acid, blue in base. Red litmus paper, red in acid, blue in base. Come on. Methyl orange, pink in acid, yellow in base. Phenolphthalein, colorless in acid, pink in base. And methyl red, red in acid and yellow in base. If you were allowed to be in the school today, you all would have seen this experiment live, because usually 8th standard kids are allowed to go to the laboratory and see the color changes as far as acids and base are concerned. And you would be really happy to see the color change. Are you all listening to me? Are you all writing? Very good. So quickly finish this table so that we move ahead with the types of indicators here. Are we done writing? Have you all finished? Okay. I feel I've given enough time to everyone to complete it. Now quickly you're going to answer my questions. So batao mujhe. Let's start with the color of the indicator. Who is going to answer me first? Phenolphthalein. What's the color change of phenolphthalein in acid and base? Phenolphthalein. Who's going to tell me? Come on, come on. Very good. Phenolphthalein is colorless in acid. Very good. Very good. Ambril Omkar. Very nice. Colorless in acid. And what about in base? Pink in base. Very good. Pink in base. What about methyl orange? What about methyl orange? Methyl orange is pink in acid. Very good. Methyl orange is pink in acid and yellow in base. Pink in acid and yellow in base. Very good. Are you able to answer without seeing the textbook or notebook? Then it's very nice. Methyl red, red, methyl red, red in acid and very good, Omkar. Yes, Nishita, correct. Yellow in base. Very nice. Now the simple ones. Litmus paper, blue. Blue litmus paper ka color change kya hoga? In acid, it is going to be red, but in base, it is going to be blue. Very good. And red litmus paper, red litmus paper is going to be in acid, it's going to be red. It's going to remain the same. Whereas in base, it's going to be blue. Very good, Shreya. Nice. So we all are through with the indicators and their color change. Talking about these indicators, let us see what a domestic indicator means. Non-availability of laboratory indicators like phenolphthalein, methyl orange, methyl red. If I don't have these indicators handy, I make use of natural indicators that can be used mixing several domestic indicators. We all have discussed about the turmeric changing color, isn't it? We have seen that yellow food stain turning red after washing with soap whenever there is turmeric stain on the cloth. This color change is a result of the chemical reaction between turmeric and the alkaline material of the soap. Now this here turmeric is acting as an indicator. So natural indicators can also be prepared. Natural indicators can also be prepared from the same way, and the other examples are red cabbage, radish, tomato. Similarly, hibiscus and rose plants. The natural indicators also work in the same way, just like the laboratory indicators do. But the only difference here is the natural indicators might not have that accuracy as we are having in case of laboratory indicators. Because you're making it at home, no? Sometimes you might have to add more water, sometimes be dilute or concentrated. They do the same thing. See, turmeric stain तो we see in our daily life. सबको पता है turmeric stain तो everyday हम clothes पे देखते ही हैं. On our clothes, the turmeric stain falls on our clothes and we see the color change, isn't it? So domestic indicators work the same way the laboratory indicators, but the accuracy definitely is not that as much as compared to the laboratory indicators here. So let's see how this domestic indicators or natural indicators are made. Let's see what will be the apparatus I'm going to use. Either I can take hibiscus plant, rose, turmeric, red cabbage, leaves, and filter paper. Then these red red petals of hibiscus flowers, I'm going to rub them on the white filter paper. जब मैं hibiscus flower के petals को white filter paper पे rub करूंगी, it will become a hibiscus indicator paper. How it is going to change the color change. Similarly, rose petals. Similarly, we'll cut the petals paper and we'll get the rose indicator paper. And that way, turmeric also will add it into water and we'll get the turmeric paper. So we are using filter papers in which natural indicators are added and mix them and then dried and then use it. After drying, we want to make the strips of that paper. Same way we are preparing turmeric paper, red cabbage paper, and all these papers can be done easily. First, we are going to put them into the solution, make strips of the dry paper. In this way also we can prepare red cabbage indicator paper. So this is just a small technique to show you how indicators can be made at home. You yourself can try. Yes, anybody is having any doubt? What doubt you are having, Deepika? You want me to explain the table once again? The table in the previous table which I showed you? That previous table is only containing the change in colors. That table you will have to memorize. You will have to remember the color changes. In the exam, they're going to ask you what is the color change of litmus paper, blue litmus paper in acid and base. So you need to know the color changes. Similarly for phenolphthalein, methyl orange and methyl red. Only the color changes. See, usually the self color of the indicator is not asked. The own color of the indicator, that is the second column, is usually not asked. They usually ask what is the color change in acid and color change in base. When I move ahead from this, I'll show you the slide in which how they have asked the table. Is it all right, Deepika? Okay, so everybody is knowing the technique of making natural indicators at home and what are these natural indicators or domestic indicators. Now tell me one thing, do you ever observe what happens on adding baking soda to a fruit juice? Have you ever tried that? Have you ever observed baking soda? Okay, I think not usually people do try this baking soda adding to fruit juice, but definitely you've tried adding ENO into water. Filter paper is the papers which are used in the laboratory for filtering solutions. You've seen no ENO adding into water. When I add ENO into, yes, what do you see? Carbon dioxide. Very good. You see bubbles coming out. Very nice. So the bubbles formed, which is also called as the effervescence. Bubbles, which are also called as the effervescence, comes out of the fruit juice, just like you see the ENO being put it into water. So on addition of baking soda solution into the acidic solution, bubbles come out or effervescence is produced. By these simple and easy activity, we can identify whether it is acid or alkaline. Agar bubbles bahar aa raha hai, iska matlab the carbon dioxide gas is coming out, which is indicating that the solution is basic in nature. ENO contains baking soda, and baking soda is a basic substance. We have already discussed in examples before. So let us see how this examples helps us identify. So we're going to take vinegar, lime juice, ammonium hydroxide, dilute hydrochloric acid in different test tubes, and add drops of the following indicators in them and add litmus paper in these solutions. Observe your experiment and record the following in the table. This is the table given to you. The sample solutions given to you here are lime juice, ammonium hydroxide, hydrochloric acid, and vinegar. Yes, alkaline is also base. Correct. Alkaline word is an alternative word used for basic in nature. Now, my dear students, you know what? If you would have been there in the school, no, there You would have done the experiment and given me the answers. But here we are discussing everything theoretically. We don't have anything to see practically, isn't it? So theoretically, we have studied the color changes. So lime juice. Lime juice, first you need to know that what is lime juice containing, whether it is acidic or basic. The first thing, to make the answers easier, you need to first tell me whether it is acidic or basic. We know lime juice is citric in nature. It's sour in taste. So it is an acid. Very good. Everybody is convinced that lime juice is acid. Yes, we've studied substances which are sour in taste are acidic in nature. So lime juice, which is an acid. So red litmus paper का color change क्या होगा? No, Deepika, it is an acid there because it is sour in taste, and substances which are sour in taste are acids. So red litmus paper को कोई change होगा क्या? Will there be any color change in the red litmus paper? No change. So red litmus paper will remain red, and blue litmus paper will turn blue will turn red. Very good. What will the color change of phenolphthalein? Acid में phenolphthalein का color change क्या होता है? Colorless. Very good, Omkar. It is colorless. What about methyl orange? What's the color change of methyl orange? Yes, it's pink. What about methyl red? Sorry, what will be the nature of the solution? So we all know it is acidic. Did you all understand how to solve the table here? Everybody? What are you going to write? So if you have your textbook or notebook in hand, why don't you solve the other questions and then we'll check whether you got the correct answer or not. Quickly do it, please. Will you try to do it? Will you try to finish the rest of the table? The next one is ammonium hydroxide. And ammonium hydroxide, which is containing OH, is a base. See the next one, already the answer I'm giving you. You just have to write the color change. I told you ammonium hydroxide is a base. Are you all doing it? Come on, tell me who's got the answers. Is ammonium hydroxide ready for everyone? As we all know, ammonium hydroxide is a base. What will the color change of red litmus paper? What will be the color change of red litmus paper? Blue. Very good. Blue litmus paper will turn. Blue litmus paper will turn. Blue will turn. Blue. Very nice. What about phenolphthalein? Pink. Very nice. Methyl orange. Yellow. Very good. And nature of the substance is basic. Next one also did you do? You know HCl is hydrochloric acid. Did you try the next one? Next one also you did HCl. अभी हम लोग को already पता है ऊपर lime juice is acid. So whichever are acid, we know red litmus will turn red. Blue litmus will turn. Blue litmus will turn. Come on, tell me. Red. Phenolphthalein is. Phenolphthalein will be colorless. Very good. Methyl orange is pink and it is acidic in nature. Same way goes for vinegar. Now you tell me whether vinegar is acid or a base. Think and tell me what will be vinegar. Should be falling under acid or should be falling under base? We all have tasted vinegar. Very good. Vinegar is sour in taste, which is containing one acid in it. Do you know what is the other name of vinegar? What is the chemically it is called as? Anybody knows what vinegar is chemically called as? Which acid it is called? It is acetic acid. Very good, Omkar. It is called as acetic acid. And as it's an acid, it will have the same color changes like the hydrochloric acid. So red litmus turns red, blue litmus turns red, phenolphthalein is colorless, methyl orange is pink, and the color is, in the nature is acidic. So in this way, in the exam also, they can give you tables, or they can just ask you a 2-mark question where they will ask you to write the color changes in the different indicators. So now we have seen the litmus paper color change. This is how we see it in the laboratory. Can you all see in the first beaker, there is a blue litmus paper which is turning red. Basically, the color is not exactly red, it is slightly pink. But we say the color change is red. And the next beaker is shown is red litmus paper turning blue. So from the above experiment, it is seen that blue litmus turns red in acid, red litmus turns blue in alkali, orange color of methyl orange turns pink in acid, while colorless phenolphthalein turns pink in alkali solution. So we are through with the color changes. But till here, my dear students, we were taking the bases as acid being sour and bases being base. And I had told you that is it possible that in the laboratory I can go and drink the solution and tell you which is acid or base? We can't drink and tell them, right? Only on the sense of taste we can't depend. So we need to know something else, that what exactly is present in acid that is giving the color changes to this litmus paper. So the other definition of acid which we are going to learn today is, acid is such a substance which usually gives H plus ions in the solution state. For example, HCl dissociates in water solution. Now let me explain every term given in this definition. Acid is that substance which contains H plus. मतलब जो भी solution के अंदर hydrogen present होगा in the form of hydrogen ions will be termed as acid. And specifically we are using the term solution state. क्यों? Acid will show its behavior only in the presence of water. For example, अभी hydrochloric acid HCl. I have this HCl with me. That HCl I will put it in water. Then it will split into H plus and Cl minus. तो वो बन जाएगा acid. Dissociates का मतलब होता है HCl, which is AQ. If you see HCl के बेस पे मैंने लिखा है AQ. AQ indicates aqueous. AQ indicates aqueous. I am repeating myself once again. AQ indicates aqueous, which means any solution which is obtained by mixing two liquids or solid and liquid. एक solid को liquid में mix करो या दो liquids को mix करो, so we get HCl, which is aqueous, which is called as hydrochloric acid. When I put it in water, it dissociates. That means it splits up into two ions. HCl is made up of H plus, which is hydrogen ions, Cl minus, which is chloride ion. Did you all understand this, the definition of acid? Acid is such a substance which gives H plus ions in solution state. You have to be very specific. Every word in this definition is very important. Solution state. And HCl dissociates in water to give us H plus and Cl minus. Everyone, come on, are you listening to me? Are you all understanding the definition of acid? And what is the important ingredient in acid which is giving us the color change? Did you all understand? Yes or no? Are you all with me today? What did we talk about acids? Acids is such a substance which gives H plus ions in the solution state. Example will be HCl, which dissociates in water solution. And here HCl aqueous means HCl is put in water. जैसे ही एक beaker है water का और मेरे पास एक test tube है जिसके अंदर acid है. That acid I put it into water. It is not visible to our naked eye. तुमको तो सिर्फ एक solution दिखेगा. But that is inside the water, it is split up into H plus and Cl minus. And that we come to know with the help of the litmus paper, which is the indicator. All right. So now write it down, the definition of acid. This is the second definition of acid. Or you can say chemically how acids tell us which are acids and bases. Are you all writing? Are you all writing, my dear students? Acid is such a substance which will give us H plus ion. Yes, every acid is going to contain hydrogen atom. It is always necessary. Every acid is going to contain hydrogen ions, and that is, it is going to show its presence only in the solution form. That is when it is mixed with water. And please write the equation also. HCl in the aqueous form, hydrochloric acid, gives me H plus hydrogen ions plus Cl minus, which is chloride ions. Have you all finished? Shall we move ahead and understand the different acids? Are we done? Let us take more examples of acids now. Hydrochloric acid को हमने पढ़ा ही HCl. Apart from that, we have nitric acid, which is HNO3. Again, see there is H here. Sulfuric acid, which is H2SO4. Again, H present. Carbonic acid, which is H2CO3 in cold aerated drinks. Ascorbic acid, which is a weak acid. And citric acid in lemon and other fruits. These all are examples of acids here. Yes, formic acid is the first member of the carbonic acid series. Everything is going to contain H plus here. No. In water, there is hydrogen present, you are correct. But water does not contain, see, acids will have their behavior apart from showing H plus or not. We can't say every substance which is containing H plus is acid. Are you getting my point? Everything which is surrounding me containing H plus is not acid. Substances which show acidic behavior will definitely have H plus in them. That is how I make my statement. Did you get me, Deepika? So what are the different examples of acids here? Quickly tell me. Hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, carbonic acid, ascorbic acid. See, the above acids which I am talking about are the acids which are used in the laboratory. But apart from that, we also have acids which we consume in our daily routine. Let us see what are those acids here. See, acetic acid, which is there in vinegar. We discussed no today. In vinegar, there is acetic acid. The common natural acids which you see in our daily diet contains are vinegar, which is acetic acid, orange contains ascorbic acid, tamarind contains tartaric, tomato contains oxalic, curd contains lactic acid, and lemon contains citric acid. These names you need to remember by heart when I am talking about these substances, its source, and what acids contain the natural acids in them. These are the acids which are weak, which are edible. Remember, in the beginning of the chapter, we spoke about which are strong and weak. Weak acids are usually those which are edible. So these are the list of weak acids given to us here. Vinegar, orange, tamarind, tomato, curd, and lemon. And vinegar contains acetic acid. Orange contains ascorbic acid. Tamarind contains tartaric acid. Tomato has oxalic. Curd is lactic. And the last one is lemon, which contains citric acid. See, there is no name. These are the acids which are present in them. Remember the name of the acids which are present in them. That's no meaning of the acids. Are you all able to hear me now? Yes, Omkar, you're correct. Spinach has oxalic acid. Did you all understand about the acids and its chemical definition? Initially, we were saying acids are those substances which are sour in taste. But now we also know acids are those substances which, along with being sour in taste, contains H plus ion as the important ingredient, isn't it? Oranges have ascorbic acid. So I'll wind up my class here only for today, where we have studied the chemical definition of acids. Then I'm going to teach you in the next class about properties and uses of these acids. And on the similar lines, we're going to talk about bases as well. And hopefully in the next class, we'll also be able to finish with the chapter. Let's see if we can do that. Did you all understand what we discussed today? Please don't leave the meeting. We'll wait for Dhruv sir to join us so that he can continue the lecture from here. Do not leave the meeting, students. Did you all understand about acids? Okay, so I think sir has already joined us. Are you there, Dhruv sir? I'll just unmute you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll leave the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.